Hello, welcome to the Tears of Cry podcast. I'm Tamira.
I'm Manor.
I'm Meha.
And I'm Parmika. And on today's episode, we have a special guest, and his name is Mr.Boatang.
Hello, guys. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I look forward to it. Let's crack on and have a good one. Let's go.
So, sir, please begin by telling us how you were in school first.
That's interesting. Do you know, when I went to school, it was a while back before you lot was actually alive. But my school days was quite fun. It was quite fun. I was quite small. I was quite short in school. I didn't get bullied because when I was in school, I had my cousin there, so I had a bit of protection for me. So if you tried me, it was long. And it's funny because my cousin was the head girl, so she was quite popular. But as you lot know by my character, I like to talk to people, so I kind of had to find my own way in interacting and talking to people. So I think my school years were good. I think I really found myself when I got to year 9. I found my place and where I belong in year 9. That's when I'll call myself as the cool guy. I was one that kind of mixed with everyone. I didn't have a preferential group of people I hanged around with. Obviously, I had my intimate friends that I always hanged around with. But in terms of friendship-wise, I will mix with anyone. I was quite clever, I'm not going to lie. As much as I'm jovial, I was quite clever.
Should, yeah.
But my teachers found me quite annoying. In terms of being clever, I would disturb other people from learning. I wouldn't say the class clown, but I played a bit of the class clown when I wanted to. But outside of school, I lived a different life. So in school, I was cool, but outside of school,
Completely different
life. Yeah. I think I have a story where Mr.Boatang taught me in school, and then when he came, I think he still had hair back then.
No way, you had hair at some point?
Oh my God.
Damn.
That's unbelievable.
Hey, when I talk about this, I actually have to laugh. That guy had hair. He actually had hair at one point. He was quite young, fresh face, and he came to teach my school, and my school was like a battle for survival. It was a daily battle. So if you came to my school as a teacher and you thought you can just come and just shout and have your way, you're probably going to get punched up after school.
Especially with his accent, innit?
Yeah, it was a joke. It was a joke. He was fresh as well, so he didn't have the English accent he has now. He was actually Afro. I remember him teaching a lesson and all of us just leaving the lesson, cutting through the window, and he turned around, there was literally one student in the classroom. So
Don't tell me it was you. Were you the first one out?
Yeah, it was me and the guys. Me and the guys were gone before he could even turn around. He came, I think, because he saw black kids. He thought, I can chat to these lot.
No.
No, it's South London.
And that was in a different school, not
that
this
was
one.
Not in the. If I came to Arlington, I wouldn't be here. You lot wouldn't be here for Arlington. That's it, bro. The school be gone. You're dead. So I think for me, school life was fun. Yes, I enjoyed it, but I feel like I really enjoyed school when I left. I understood the purpose of school when I left. When I was in it, I was in it. As you lot, you've been to school, so when you're in it, everything's just school life. Everything's just. You think school's just life.
Pressure.
Until you leave.
Back at the memories.
It's fun. I still have friends that I speak to now. My son's godfather is my best friend that I met in school. Do you know what I mean? We met in school. And we've been friends since. That shows me that you can actually make friends in school and actually have kind of a good life within school, as much as my school was rough and tough. Do you know what I mean? So I enjoyed it. Would I go back to my school? Probably, I would, because it taught me about life. It gave me a lot of life lessons that I use now in my life. If I didn't have those life lessons in school, I don't think I'd be the person I am today, if I'm being honest with you. So school life for me was fun. Do you know what I mean? I enjoyed it, and I'm happy I was able to kind of live that life and able to grow from it.
Yeah. Do you think it's similar though to your school life these days?
No.
Really?
Far-fetched. I feel like school today is very different from school back then, in the sense that I think kids today, I'm going to tread with what I'm going to say, because of the kids today have more authority in school, in a sense where I wouldn't try to even get rude to my teachers. Do you know what I mean? I was rude, but I wouldn't be in a way where I feel like, I can talk to my teacher in a way where I can just, shut up, man, so I'm not listening to you. I wouldn't do that in school. Maybe because of the way I was raised, do you know what I mean? I feel like today's school, if kids don't rate you, they don't rate you. You lot can speak for yourself. If you don't rate a teacher, there's no way
No
what they
way.
teach you is gonna make sense.
Right.
Oh, it's gonna go in our head.
And like it's crazy to sound like this because school is definitely for learning, but if you don't rate your teacher, you have like no kind of like, I don't get along with you, we can't have banter, we can't have any similarities, I'm not listening to you. So I feel like today's day and age school, as a teacher, you have to kind of gain some respect from the kids.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a give and take. Back in the day, I'm the teacher, what I say goes. But today, if the kids decide, like let's say a kid decides, bro, I'm not gonna, this lesson is gonna be crap and I'm gonna make sure it's crap. But you're done.
Yeah.
Imagine a kid coming to your lesson and saying, I'm not in the mood to learn. Bro, the RE lesson is not happening.
Yeah, and so I really see that in you. I feel like you're like here with us, and that makes us really respect you a lot more.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny, yeah? Because I think of it like in my school life, yeah, I didn't have teachers that I rated apart from my PE teacher and probably my form tutor, Mr. Forbes. Like he was a teacher I rated like highly. I don't know what was about him, but he just gave me a sense of he understood kids. And I feel like that's how I've taken my life into teaching. I try to respect you, like regardless I'm the adult, but I feel like I have to respect you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I
If you want
respect
respect back, you have to respect.
exactly that. It's not where I'm the teacher, so what I say goes. In 2022, you have to gain some respect from kids for them to like you. Obviously, I'm not here for you to like me, but you have to kind of relate to me in a sense where you feel like,
Have some kind of bond.
yeah, I can chat to you. Like, if I want to chat to you, I can chat to you as a human being, and you're not going to be like, bruv, don't chat to me after the lesson, bro. I
Like
don't
you
wanna
don't
chat
want
to
to
you.
tread on eggshells.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly
But
that.
a lot of like teachers still continue on that like way and path. Like they don't prefer like students talking to them outside lessons as much as you. For
Yeah,
example.
and I find that funny because I feel like I say this to Mr. Corte all the time. That, brother, we're human at the end of the day, and this is a job. Do you know what I mean? But if you don't enjoy the job, it becomes just a job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For me, talking to you lot, coming outside of my break, having banter with you lot, take nothing from me as an adult.
Yeah.
Because there's a line where you lot won't cross.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We can have banter and laugh and play about and call each other names, but there's a line where I know that, okay, if I say this is it, they will know that this is it.
Yeah.
But other people, I can't talk for them. That's their mentality. I'm a teacher, and that's it. And that's how it goes. Me, but it's having fun. Like, I like to have fun in life. And I like to have fun at work. Like, you lot are kids. So I give you what I didn't have in school so that your school experience will be different from what I have.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? That's how I
to
see
going to your lessons.
It's funny.
I want to go.
But I look forward to going to my own lessons. You know what funny is? But there's days, I wake up on the Monday, I'm like, bro, I can't wait to teach these lot, you know? Like, I actually can't wait to teach my kids. And it's funny because when I was in school, I used to hate certain lessons. I used to dread it, like, jeez, I got science.
Yeah, I know.
But I want to disappear. I want to bunk.
Lit.
But I actually
I
like...
did.
But let's be honest. 110%, there's some lessons in school we all want to bunk. Maths,
100%.
Maths,
Maths
no.
Negatora. I'm not doing that lesson. Like I used to hate my math teacher, Mr. Burns, one Irish guy. I hope he doesn't read this. But I used to hate this Donny with a passion. Like his accent was so strong, I couldn't hear a thing. And if I didn't like the lesson, I'll be a distraction.
Yeah.
Like me and my friends will start playing cards at the back. Like we'll just take out cards and start playing it. And if you try to tell me off my attitude and the way I'm gonna disrespect you, you think I'm gonna fight you after school.
Yeah.
So I think for me, my take on teaching and the way I approach teaching is just, obviously it's learning, the process is learning, but you can have fun while doing that. Do you know what I mean? You can be loose a bit as an adult and still have fun. I'm not saying become a kid and where the kids lose respect for you where they think you're a mug. Do you know what I mean? But don't be a robot.
Yeah, you're like free in your lessons. Some teachers, they just follow PowerPoints, and then that makes like students off. Like they don't want to learn anymore. They get bored.
Then you
You're
don't wanna pay
fun. You
attention.
play with the, like you know.
And
you
you switch
talk.
off mentally.
Yeah. So it's always the same. You know, like on time. Like they follow the same timetable.
My sister used to hate Ari until she came to your class. She used to come and be like, I hate Ari so much. And now she used to come and I'm like, oh my god, look at my work.
Do you know what it is, because in our lessons, I try to give like the kids real life experience. Do you know what I mean? As much as is a lesson, I want you to take something from it that you can use for the rest of your life. And I've learned that from Mr. Corte. As much as we didn't like each other when you first met me as a youngster, now I can see a lot of my teaching similarities to him. Because at the end of the day, I want you to leave my lesson feeling like you learned something that is going to benefit you, not just in school, but in life. Like the kids will leave the lesson thinking, today I actually learned something, you know. And you know that they learn something because they'll come up to you at break and debate with you about things that you
Like today after school.
after school, you came to my class. The kids were literally debating because
yeah.
I give them a chance to debate real life issues.
Yeah.
We was talking about the Russian and Ukraine situation. We finished the lesson and I was like, what do you lot want to discuss? Like, what do you want to talk about? And they're like, so we're really interested in debating about the current state of Russia and Ukraine. And I was like, feel free.
Yeah.
Like, I like them to explore their mind.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're all young, and at times when you're young, you have a naivety about it. You don't know much. So for me, it gives them clarity. Like, you're able to express your feelings within the classroom without feeling judged.
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel like, oh, anyone's going to say, bruv, your opinion is bare stupid.
Yeah.
And you know, as kids, if someone tells you you're stupid, bruv, it hurts you for life.
Yeah.
You're thinking, bro, I'm actually stupid. And someone said it out loud. You never want to talk again. So for me, like, just giving people, be free, like just enjoy. Do you know what I mean? Like, enjoy the lesson. Say what you want without feeling like someone's going to tell you that your opinion is wrong. It's an opinion at the end of the day. It's not a fact.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, my teaching standard is just, but enjoy it. Like, have fun with it. And come to school knowing that there's someone in school that cares about you. I'll say this. I teach like the way I want someone to teach my son.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
How would I want my son to be taught? Would I want it to be taught the way I'm teaching people? That's how I want. Because you enjoy it when you're being taught like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want my son to go to school where he comes back dreading every 5 seconds. Oh, Dad, school was math stressful. Oh, I didn't enjoy maths. I hate this teacher. I don't want to go to school. I don't want my son to ever feel like that in school. Because school's the best days. Like, you don't realize it now, but schools are the best moments of your life until you become an adult. And this adult life is for the birds, bruv. I'll be honest with you, like, it's not as fun as it is. So for me, like, I want you to enjoy this moment so that you can look back at it in 10 years and be like, oh, do you remember that lesson in RE with Mr. Boatang? Bruv, it was mad fun. That for me is an achievement. That's my joy. Like, seeing the joy in you lot's faces, leaving the lesson and saying, yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, and like I feel like schools like love to say that don't choose a subject just because you hate or like a teacher, but I feel like the bond you have with a certain teacher like changes your impacts your perspective on a certain subject a lot.
I
like,
agree.
The better bond you have with your teacher, the more interested you will be in like at least trying to like listen to them.
I agree.
Compared to like if you're not, you don't have a bond with a teacher.
Imagine you hated science. Yeah, you don't like science in particular, and the teacher's an arse.
No.
It makes the whole situation worse. You don't like it, and the teacher doesn't make it fun because they're an arse.
No, I'm not naming any names, but we used to play noughts and crosses in science, like at the back of the classroom, because it wasn't like they didn't make it fun. It was just like boring.
I thought
teaching at you.
before I was close to them, I thought they were like really good students. I'd go to the back, they'd play games.
Yeah.
They're liars.
But like we would pay attention, but
we tried to.
But what were we supposed to do if you're gonna, do the same thing every single lesson?
Yeah.
We had science 3 times a week, and only one science lesson was fun.
Especially if you're not interested in the subject in the first place. Like, trying to learn it is like difficult.
Chemistry used to be like I hated chemistry.
Oh, jeez.
So imagine that.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
And like with the teacher
The teacher just made it
I'm not
worse.
gonna name
We're not gonna name names.
Yeah, with the teachers that we had, it was not fun.
So I think you could guess who all about.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me twice. You're gonna tell me twice. No comment.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mention
Do you ever like get scared that maybe you might grow attached to students and then when they leave it's like different?
I feel that a lot. Like every single day.
You're gonna
Like
miss us,
I'm gonna miss every one of you.
Yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean?
We feel the same way about teachers as well.
Like,
Sorry?
like
Some teachers.
you know what? Like,
Mr. Boatang.
you lot, I think, for me and certain teachers, some of you become part of our life. Do you know what I mean? Whether you are here, when you leave, you always have like a soft spot in your life for certain students that you kind of not groom is not the word, like you kind of trained, like you kind of prepared them for life. So of course there's an attachment to you, like, because I feel like you are my kids. The way I love Noah is the way I love the kids I teach, because I want each of them to succeed.
That's true.
even the ones that don't want to be here. So of course there's an attachment.
Yeah.
There's a bond. If you don't have if you're teaching, you can't relate to the kids. You can't. If it's just a job, like I said, if it's just a job, then when the kids leave, you move on to the next one. It's just a job.
It's also going to get boring for the teachers. Is it like a 9 to 5 job? Like it's just boring because they're also living the same life.
Exactly that. For me, life is already difficult and life is already hard. I can't make my job even more harder.
Yeah,
that's why I'm so free. I think people, a lot of teachers, I'm not going to name names, a lot of people see me like, oh, bruv, you're too close to the kids. Like, you're too close, you're too... Because life is hard outside of it. Do you know what I mean? Life is already difficult as an adult. Why should I come and restrict myself? Obviously, there's an element of professionalism that you need to have as a teacher. And I feel like I have that.
I think
but
you have it.
Yeah, you do.
Doesn't mean I can't be myself.
Yeah.
I think a lot of you are attracted to me in a sense where you like me and my character because I am myself. I'm my authentic self. There's no fakeness in me. I don't come and pretend to be someone and then when I leave school, I'm a different person. I'm me 24/7.
Even outside of school, you communicate with everyone. Anyone you see, you're like, oh, hi.
Like,
you're on the phone to his wife. I thought you were talking to your bro, innit? I'm like, swear, he's really random, innit?
Exactly that. You know what I mean? Like, I try to treat everyone like, I see this, I said to myself here, one day I was talking to Mr. Boatang not a while ago, and I said to him, like, the way I see my brothers are the way I see the kids as well, because I want them all to succeed. Do you know what I mean? I want you lot to enjoy school, like, because school is difficult, and it's even more difficult if you don't like it. Imagine, I don't know anyone's life outside of school. Imagine you have a hard time at home, and then you come to school, and it's even harder. Your place where you're supposed to escape and have fun, and it's even harder. But imagine you come to school and you have that one teacher that makes everything feel like life is a breeze. Like you can actually have a bit of banter and be like, well, do you know what? Life is hard, but I know that when I go to school, I'm going to have that chat with Mr. Boatang. It's crazy, Over the summer holidays, a couple of years, when I first started, I was at home with my partner. I was like, I can't wait to go back to work. She was like, you crazy? You crazy, bro? You're on holiday. Why are you thinking about what? I was like, bro, I care about the kids so much that I can't wait to see what they've done. Like, but you know, excited when I come and you're like talking about your life, about
like a breath of fresh air.
Bro, I just want to hear it because.
But that's a good feeling. It is. That
Do you think so?
I think so. I think you're really lucky to really love your job because so many people don't.
So many people are just there
and
for the money.
I could tell some people
Okay, not naming names.
Yeah.
Have you
I like
always
this.
wanted to become a teacher?
No way. I want to be a gunman. I want to be a gunman. I want to shot guns. No, I want, like, teaching was never something that I envisioned for myself. Do you know what I mean? For me, I think my ideal job was to be a politician because, as you can tell, I like talking for the world. I want to be a politician. My mum wanted me to go into law or be a doctor, but I think teaching kind of fell on my lap. Before I came to Arlington, I was working in recruitment, so I recruited for schools. That was my job, so I recruited for schools. And I went into a school one day and I saw someone teaching. Not to say that they were crap at their job, not at all. They were fantastic. I just looked at the job and I said, I can kind of do this. Like, I can see myself kind of doing this because I like talking to people. I like young people, not in that kind of way. I don't want someone to be like, oh, he likes the kids. Someone needs to call 999 for this guy. No, I like seeing progress in young people. I like to help young people to get where they are. And I remember speaking with my partner and telling her, listen, I like my job. It pays me good money, but I don't love my job. Are you hearing me? I like my job, but I don't love my job. My job pays me really well, but it's just the money I'm there for. So she said to me, quit your job. And where are we going to live if I quit my job then? She said, quit your job and go into teaching if that's what you want to do. I was like, I've never envisioned myself in teaching. She's like, you can do it. So I kind of quit my job. I bounced around doing a bit of TA, teaching assistant. I done a bit of NCS during that summer just to find out if this is something I really want to do. And I met kids from all range of different backgrounds while I was doing NCS. And I think that for me was the eye-opener for me. That is the one that kind of gave me the affirmative decision that I can do this teaching thing. So I decided to pursue it. And lucky for me, I actually enjoy it. And it seems like the kids I teach or the kids that I've come in contact with enjoy me.
They do. They really do.
Do you know what I mean? So that is a bonus for me. Do you know what I mean? To be able to relate to you in a way where you feel like, right, there's someone that actually gets me, like someone that I can talk to, be myself around. For me, that is a bonus. So yeah, teaching was never for me. Never envisioned myself to be a teacher. It just somehow fell into my lap, and lucky for me, I'm good at it. Not to boast, but I'm good at my job.
Good at it,
How did you cope with change from high school to uni and sixth
and
form?
then
How
from
did you cope? 'Cause
recruitment
we
to
find it
teaching.
hard.
I'm suffering.
We find it really, really hard, and the
I think you can
pressure.
tell though. I come to you every day. You're flopped.
It's funny, yeah, because no one prepares you for that big step. No?
I mean, of course, it's your life, but I feel like it's way easier said than done, especially when you come from collectivist cultures, for example, especially Asian cultures, where parents do hold very specific expectations for you, and what other people say also plays a very big part for them, and that's why many people end up feeling pressured into certain professions like being a doctor or being a lawyer, and so I believe it's way easier to say it, because then also you start thinking about, I have to do what my parents are saying because they made a lot of sacrifices, and
you want to try and please them.
You can't, not even pleasing them, it's you have to keep their reputation up, because if you don't become what they want you to become, for example a high profession like doctor or a lawyer, then because of course it's a collectivist culture, a lot of people are gonna be they're gonna shame them that you made so many sacrifices.
It's more
you as a parent,
how you are
so
reflects on how your mum looks. So as a mum, I want my daughter to be a doctor, and then it makes you a better mum in this sense. So it's if you do something bad, it's shaming your mum, not just yourself and your whole family name.
It will be other people telling your parents, you made such sacrifices for your child just for them to be a spoiled brat and do what they want to do. And so it's very, very, very toxic culture that people come from.
I understand that totally. I understand that because coming from an African background myself, I know that I'm probably one of the first generations to go uni for my mum. Or probably one of the peoples to go uni and to get to a level where I am at right now. Do you know what I mean?
Period.
So I think I understand it. I get it. Do you know what I mean? The pressures of having to live up to your parents' expectations, because let's be honest, our parents have sacrificed a lot for all of us. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that my mum can tell me endless stories of what she's done to get me to where I am.
Yeah.
And yes, I get it. But I also, talking as a parent now, I'm not going to live my life through Noah. Do you get where I'm coming from? I'm not going to live my life through Noah. I'm not going to do what I wanted to do through my child. Whatever my child decides to do, as a parent, I'm going to support it.
It's up to us to change.
Exactly that. As a parent, I'm going to love Noah for whatever he wants to do. I don't want Noah to be a doctor because I couldn't be a doctor.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a lawyer because I couldn't be a lawyer. Or I don't want Noah to be a footballer because I dreamed of being a footballer. If Noah wakes up and says, Dad, I'm going to be a ballet dancer, I'm going to be a musician, I'm going to put my whole heart in supporting that dream. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because at the end of the day, it's your dream. As a parent, I'm here to guide you. That is my job. Nothing more than that. I'm here to guide you and help you find your way. I'm not here to enforce my ideas. Yes, I want you to be successful. And yes, there are certain jobs I feel like if you get in there, it makes your life easier. But if that's not what you want to do, as much as I force you to doing it, it's going to get to a point where you're going to be unhappy.
Yeah.
And what do I want? Someone that is in a high paid job and they hate it, or my child being happy and enjoying what they do.
So, say one day, your daughter, your son comes up to you and says, Dad, I'm gay, or I'm bi, or I'm lesbian. Would you wholeheartedly accept that? Because how would you react if you're
I'll be honest with you. Because we're having an honest conversation, I can be my authentic self and be honest about it. When I was younger, I used to not hate, but I couldn't understand it. The idea of homosexuality, I couldn't grasp it. Because of how I was raised and the way my thinking was, do you know what I mean? I just couldn't grasp the concept of not loving a woman and having to love someone else. That whole concept, I couldn't understand it. But as I've grown older, I've come to just realize that whatever a person loves or whoever they love, it's none of my business. Generally, it's none of my business because it's not me that they're going to be sleeping with. It's not me that they're going to be engaging with. So why am I wholly, like, so bothered about what someone else is doing?
And even when they die, it's them and God. You're not there to be
like
like
who am I to pass judgment on what someone defines as love?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What if people think what I'm doing is wrong?
Yeah. Exactly.
Then what?
Like, what if we lived in a world where homosexuality was normalised and heterosexuality was different? Then no one would be talking like this. Because it's all a social construct. It's something we've decided ourselves.
Remember, we are the majority. We, the so-called heterosexuals, are the majority. The LGBT community are the minority. We're the ones that have to accept the minority. You know what I mean? We cannot look down on someone because of who or what they love. So, for me, if Noah was supposed to come out and tell me this... As much as it might hurt me because I've envisioned a life for you, I still have to accept you for what you are.
Like, he's your son at the end of the day. You can't do anything.
And I'm sure what you've envisioned in him is just happiness.
Yeah, I can't see any other way where, like, I have to disown you. I'm going to love you because I brought you into this world. Do you know what I mean? I will accept you for what you are and love you for what you are and hope you're happy.
Exactly. But then again, we don't know if your son's gay, so let's not.
Let's not.
Let's not. But I think as someone who is a part of the LGBTQ plus community, I think we live in a world where... Well, not even... I think we live in... Like, even in this school, I think if we...
Do you know it's funny? Yeah, there's a lot of people in this school that are somewhat in the LGBT community. I'm not going to say their names, but a lot of them have confided in me and asked for my views and my advice. And to be honest, I'm very honest with them about how I stand. Do you know what I mean? I was like, bro, if you're happy, who am I to judge?
That's true.
Who am I?
Who are you?
What authority do I have to judge you upon what you love? Am I God?
No.
Who am I?
I mean...
Apart from
I don't know.
I mean,
You could be.
No. To some kids, I might be.
If you
but
are...
you're like a role model to them.
like, to me, I'm just a normal human being who has flaws and mistakes, and I'm not perfect.
That's true.
I have so much imperfections, but I try to live a life that is suitable as a human being. Like, I just love people and care for them as the way I want people to treat me.
Of course. We're going to wrap this up.
So, last question before, we wrap this up. So, we heard that, you worked in a prison.
Yeah.
So, how was it, like, working in a prison?
Yeah. What do you think? What sort of aspects do you think
Yeah.
you still see, like, you live with till this day?
Okay, cool. I'll get a bit personal. My cousin is in prison at the moment. So I understand how hard it is to kind of work there. Do you know what I mean? I think working in a prison made me kind of appreciate my life even more. Not just because it's in a prison, but you realise that you miss out on so much of life. Do you know what I mean? Working with some prison inmates and understanding what they've done in their life and how much they've missed out on what is happening in today. Do you know what I mean? Like, you miss so much of people. Like, remember when you're in prison, time is still moving on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You might be at a stage where you just remember certain aspects of that life that you used to live, but everyone else has moved on. And I think that's one thing that really hurt some of the people I worked with, just to realise that people have actually moved on.
Yeah.
Like, talking to them, asking them, like, what do you miss about the reality of life, like being outside, just being able to be free. Being able to do what you want. Like, having the freedom to just express yourself. You're in prison. All you know is the walls and the bedroom and sometimes the outside. That's all you know. You don't know what's happening outside. You don't know how your family progressing. You don't know who's dead unless you get a phone call to tell you, oh, so-and-so died. My cousin's in prison during COVID. I couldn't get in contact with him because of COVID. We couldn't go and see him. Think how painful it is that you're there. You don't know. Your family don't know your well-being. We don't know whether you're alive. We don't know whether you're dead because we can't see you. He has kids as well. Imagine what your kids are thinking. Do you know what I mean? So for me, working in there kind of just gave me an experience where I feel like I wouldn't want to be in this place and I wouldn't want it for even my worst enemy. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like for us that are lucky enough not to be in that position, we need to kind of value what we are and what we have. Do you know what I mean? Because what you have, someone is striving for. But you're so focused on what you don't have that you can't even look back and appreciate it.
Be grateful always.
In all of this, all we've chatted about, everything that we've spoken about, my advice for you lot in this life, as you're young, just embrace every moment. Like, everything is a challenge. Enjoy it, every aspect of it, the bad, the good, the ugly. Take it within your stride because it builds you character. it makes you the person you're going to be. Like, every experience I've gone through in life, every traumatic, good or bad, has made me the person I am today and the person that you respect. I couldn't be the person I am if these experiences didn't happen.
It's true, yeah.
Like, I respect you lot more than you know. As much as you respect me, my respect for you lot is the same. Because I see what you want to do and what you want to achieve. And I'm hoping that I'm able to push you to be what you want. So I can look back in my life when my son's older and be like, Rough, I was a real bad boy when I was in school, because the kids understand. Not because I was shooting guns, but because I helped people. And that's why I want to look back at my life in my old chair thinking, I hope my kids that I really raise are the people that they want to be. So guys, I thank you for taking the time to...
We thank you for being a part of this.
For my wisdom. Pay me then, bro! But this is overtime.
We're not getting paid.
Bro, this is overtime after overtime. Harlington don't pay me for this.
Charity.
This is charity.
That's a charity. The charity better be coming to my doorstep. Now, guys,
I worked at charity, I didn't get paid.
when you lot get money, I'll be emailing you. I'll be sending you my son's details. Hello, my dad said that he helped you. Can you give me some peas,
No,
auntie?
because money straight away.
Yeah. I'll be sending you lot Noah. There's your auntie Tamira. She's got money.
She got money, get off her.
Yeah, I helped her philosophy and
Does he need tuition fees?
But we honestly do thank you a lot for saying yes to this.
No,
and
come on, man.
sharing your experiences
Yeah,
with us, talking about it. Because we are still growing up and we still are very unsure.
You were so open with us.
Yeah.
You didn't hold back. It was
Let's
really
hope the rest of
nice
the
to
teachers
have
are
you.
like that.
No, I think for me, you lot remind me a lot of myself in many ways. That at a young age, I want to know and I want to be able to be ready myself for the future. Mr. Coulter always says this, and I always tell him, bruv, you're such a neek, bruv. He always says this, like, why should you go and get burnt if someone's already been burnt?
Sorry? He always says this
It flies over my head, but what are you saying? If I've experienced something, why should I wait for you to experience it if I can just tell you?
Also, like a parent, instead of waiting for the child to burn their hand.
Yeah, why should I
giving
like?
advice.
Well, obviously, sometimes you feel like you need to get burned, but if I've already done it, I can just tell you so you can avoid it.
But if they're not gonna listen, go get
If
back.
you don't, what's that saying? If you don't listen, you must feel. If I tell you and you don't listen, then
Go back.
You go get burned. You know, like you did what you could do.
Yeah, literally, there's only so much you can do. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much. But I feel like I'm open like this because I just want you to be ready for life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want nothing to hit you by surprise. And you think, why wasn't I told about this? Why didn't anyone prepare me? If you're well prepared, then you know how to maneuver and how to kind of just deal with certain aspects. If not, well, this life will hit you in the face and you think, what the hell? So yeah.
That's what we're scared for when we go to uni.
Nah, man,
After today's pressure and like the thing,
What advice would you give to someone who has like a fear of growing up? Because I certainly do. It's like,
But
I don't want to grow up.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like
Yeah, do we have to grow up? Why can't we just stay?
How do we say?
Do I have to do that?
No, because like honestly, mentally, I'm still 5. You can off.
But what exactly is growing up? Just
And, like,
age.
today we had
Growing up is not just age, it's to do with a mentality. It's just how you deal with things. Obviously, the way you are now, there are certain problems that you might not be able to deal with when you get older. Do you know what I mean? It's just preparing yourself mentally. Like, growing up is not just age number, because they say age is not just a number, it's wisdom. Do you know what I mean? And what we...
Ain't nothing but
all we can do is just, like, don't have a fear of growing up because it happens to all of us. At one point, I was like you lot, and now I'm the age I am. Do you know what I mean? It's just preparing yourself mentally for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Once you prepare yourself mentally for it, obviously experience that there are challenges that are going to come in your way. Life is going to be a roller coaster. But you just have to have the mental fortitude to overcome it. Don't be scared of growing up. It's fun. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be 18 forever. As much as it's nice, you want to grow up and experience new things.
I want to be 18 now.
17, sir. We're only 17.
Okay, baby.
Too much.
Alright, that's it.
Thank you, lot. Cheers.